everybody, it's Phil Friedman. Welcome to the morning briefing. It's so great to have you here with us at Friedman Adventures. I know I'm not at the beach. In fact, I'm not even here right now, if that makes any sense at all. I'm out on the Pride, and we're trying to find some fish. And of course, that makes the morning briefing for Friday morning really exciting because I'll be coming home with fresh intel and all kinds of information. I mean, it should be really, really exciting because we've got local bluefin tuna now. We have got that yellowfin and dorado pushing up the coast. We've got conditions that look really good for albacore. Things are really heading in the right direction, and it looks better and better every single day, especially because the weather is now going to settle down a little bit. And man, I'll tell you, we've been through some really stormy conditions, windy conditions. In fact, our Pride trip, we're going to have some wind. It depends upon where Captain Sean Roberts decides to fish. And Sean, I've got so much confidence in him. Not that he's going to catch fish on this trip, that he's going to give 180%, because he always does. And it starts before the trip even leaves. He's doing research, talking to other boats, all kinds of stuff. So I'm very enthused about that. So I'm going to kind of be a little bit, or try to be a little bit clairvoyant with you. I'm going to look into the future with this calming weather and predict to you all that we should see some really good scores here on that yellowfin tuna and dorado down the Baja coast, about 90 miles. There's several different areas of it where you find that warm water, especially any water that gets up in the high 60s or 70s. You're going to find that yellowfin tuna. You're going to find some flatheads on the kelps, probably find more and more yellowtail on the kelps also. That is looking really, really good right now. We hope that that's going to continue to progress and head in the right direction. We have seen a nice early influx of that tropical and subtropical fish moving in here. And hopefully that is going to continue. And as we get the wind out of the forecast for a couple of days, we should see some much better fishing down there out of San Diego. So we're watching that. Now, I know a lot of you are sick and tired of me talking about albacore, but man, I'm telling you, conditions are still perfect. It's the oceanography that we need to get albacore in here. We've got fish up there in Coos Bay, Oregon. That doesn't mean we're not going to get them in Southern California. As I reminded you the other day, that is not an either-or situation. Some years we have them here and not up there. Some years we have them up there and not here. Some years they're biting in both areas. They're moving into the West Coast. There's plenty of anchovy, and the oceanography from Ensenada to San Diego looks perfect. Nobody's out there, though. The area that looks best of all is out past the dumping grounds. And nobody in their right mind is going to go out there because down the beach you've got that dorado and yellowfin tuna, and now you got this bluefin tuna. So we're going to have to hope that albacore moves in a little bit closer, if it is indeed there. Watching that very, very closely for you all. And now, speaking of bluefin tuna, Tanner Bank, Cortez Bank, that's going to open up again, but you all know what's been going on. The Enterprise with a 120-pounder the other day, hooking several fish. The Patriot literally had a football field size of bluefin tuna around them, hooking several fish, but just not tackled up for it. I mean, these guys are ready to go to Catalina and catch calico bass, maybe a yellowtail, so they're not out there with their 2-speed reels in the 80 to 130 pound. And those guys that hook fish just got smoked. I mean, they really got smoked. So I got to tell you, if you're going on a 3/4 day trip right now, you better bring some heavy tackle if you want to catch one of these 100+ pound bluefin tuna, 2-speed reels, 80 to 130 pound. Definitely want to have that along with you. That'll make all the difference in the world. So we are getting ready to go on our Pride trip. I've got a lot more for you. But before I came down here to 22nd Street Landing, we're in our studio, of course, getting ready to go out there. I dropped by Daiwa because our great sponsor provided us with some great raffle gifts for the people on our trip. My thanks to everybody at Daiwa, especially Jordan. He's a young man that greeted me, made me feel so important, way more important than I really am. Such a polite kid. Man, when you think about the future of this country, you got kids like Jordan there. The future is in really good hands. So thank you to Daiwa for all of that. I also want to thank our friends at Blacktail for providing hooks for all of our people on this trip, and Suzuki for providing hats for everybody. Really stoked about that. All right, so the offshore situation, you've got it. Now, let me take you down to Todos Santos Island. My friend Arnie Mann runs a panga out of Ensenada, and he's going to go looking at kelps here today. This is Thursday, right? I mean, I pre-recorded this, but you're listening to this Thursday morning. So he'll be checking that out. I'll get back to you on Friday morning with more about that on the morning briefing, including everything that we did. Out there at Todos Santos Island, we continue to see a few yellows. Some days it's pretty good on the yo-yo iron and the surface iron. Other days it's not so good. There's a lot of barracuda down there, though, so that is really good news. Now, we get you up to the Coronado Islands. Some boats had some good hits on the yellowtail. Some boats missed, but I'll tell you, there certainly was a lot of gar. And Captain Bill Wilkerson on the Malahini. Bill is standing by right now. Let's go to Bill. He's standing by with a report from the Malahini.
Hey guys, Captain Bill from the Malahini on H&M Landing here in San Diego, California. Hey guys, Coronado Island fishing end of the day wrap up. Barracuda was the tone of the day. Could not get away from them. Lots of logs to be had. We had some signal of yellowtail in the morning. We were not fortunate enough to capture one. But whitefish, calico bass, sheephead, you name it, we pretty much caught it today. If you want to come fishing, to go fishing, come on down. Join us in the morning. We have 3 reservations. We are running for sure. To make a reservation, go to hmlanding.com or you can go to virtuallanding.com. Look for the boat, the Malahini, and make your reservation that way. It was fun fishing today. We had 14 anglers, and yeah, it was fun, man. It was a lot of, it was fun. It was fun. Watching them slime sticks come over the rail. Yeah, baby. Malahini Sport Fishing. Look forward to fishing with you guys tomorrow morning. Give us a call. See ya.
All right, thank you, Bill. Really appreciate that, my friend. Bill Wilkerson, everybody. We'll be fishing with Bill on July the 22nd, and that is right around the corner, a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. trip. You're going to want to join us on that one. That should be a lot of fun. We'll be fishing offshore more than likely. Hopefully all that Dorado and yellowfin tuna, yellowtail on kelps will have pushed up into the zone, and we'll be able to get a piece of that 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Malahini. You can go to our Facebook page, Freedman Adventures. There's a link there. You just click on it and you sign up with them online. So hopefully that's going to come together. Fishing that Coronado Island bite was really exciting. I mean, the Pacific Voyager a couple days ago with all the ladies on there doing so great. And Mimi Pham, she said it was fantastic. Mimi had 4 yellowtail and 2 white sea bass. Really great. Jolene Thompson was there. So many wonderful people. Now, also, Gino Machino was on that trip, and he said to get a bite on the yellowtail, you had to really drop it down. So 20-pound fluorocarbon with a small hook, a number 4 size hook. Now, that changes. Sometimes you go to a bigger hook and a heavier line. You have to judge the intensity of the bite and talk to your crew members. But choosing a good hot bait makes all the difference in the world. So please make sure you're doing that. Catalina Island, up and down, you get this wind and you know what happens. Conditions deteriorate. Water gets colder. And that sudden drop in water temperature gives fish lockjaw, indigestion. They're not interested in eating. Sometimes you'll get a spurt, catch some yellowtail. They've been doing that on a native sun. Here recently, a big white sea bass, and then it all goes to spit again because conditions drop. So we still, and this is the story this year, lacking consistency. Just lacking consistency. That has been the story for the entire year. And hopefully now that we're going to get a stretch of nice weather, like this weekend looks pretty good, we'll see some more fish start to turn on. There's barracuda, bonita, calico bass. And now when you're going to and fro Catalina Island, there is the distinct possibility of rolling up on a big foamer of bluefin tuna. And that is pretty incredible that we have that kind of an opportunity. Clemente, Santa Barbara, San Nicolas, those areas. Let's take Clemente first. There's been some good yellowtail hits out there the other day. The Amigo with Captain Mark Paisano Jr. had 37 yellowtail. The very next day, they were still there, 1 yellowtail. There it is, that lack of consistency. But there's been enough good hits on the yellows that may send us out there this evening. I'm not sure. Sean will make that decision. Taking a look up there at Santa Barbara and Nicholas, it's just been unfished here recently because of the wind. There's an incredible amount of sea bass at both those places, mostly Nick and people are dying to get back there. Maybe you're going to get there on Friday, Saturday. I think you might be lined up for some really great scores. And once again, a 10-ounce torpedo, dropper loop rig, that works really good. I go fluorocarbon, nothing less than 40. That is always a good bet. And we like Opsin fluorocarbon. Don't forget Opsin USA, www.opsinusa.com. Put in FA at checkout, and they will tune you up with a free gift and a note from owner Greg Brown. So make sure you do that. Now, Channel Islands has been the epicenter of some of the best sea bass fishing over the past several years, and it still is. That's the place to be. We've had our hits at Catalina. We've had our hits at Clemente, Santa Barbara, but those Channel Islands, just a magnet for sea bass. They had all that squid early in the year, and of course, that's the magnet. That's the draw that brings all those predators in, sea bass, halibut, even yellowtail later on. So I suspect that this weekend is going to be a big weekend. You're going to see limits of white sea bass for the boys that know what they're doing up there, and that's just about all of them. They're all really, really good fishermen. So look for that Channel Island bite to come roaring back. I'm suspecting it's going to be quite good. Along the coast, maybe we'll get back to some local barracuda. Of course, now everybody's got bluefin tuna fever. So, I mean, 3/4 day boats out of L.A. and Long Beach, San Pedro are going to go out there and look at that bluefin tuna. Down there in San Diego and Ensenada, we see similar kinds of situations. Actually, Ensenada has a little bit more barracuda on their coast. In fact, around University Point, that barracuda bite's been good at times. Up there, San Diego, Dana Point, a little bit of barracuda, kind of step on the gas, get a few, and then next day, nothing. Calico bass, shorts, mostly, but some legals also. And then up here in the Long Beach, San Pedro area, that bass bite fizzled on us. It hasn't been very good for a while now. Some guys get a piece of it once in a while, but it lacks consistency. The way to get a bite when it's like this is to go to the really light line, 12-pound mono. 12-pound fluoro. You definitely want to do that. And take your time and choose a really good hot bait. And if you had a choice between an anchovy and a sardine, or you're a private boater and you go out to the receiver and they give you a choice, tank up with chovies. Tank up with chovies. That'll make all the difference in the world. You find a bird school of barracuda, you find barracuda that want to bite, surface iron. You want to fish surface iron on the gar. That's the best way to do it. You know, perhaps one of the better areas for barracuda recently has been up there in the Ventura coastal region. It's been good up there for the Island Spirit and Cody Rogers. He's been having some 100-plus scores on the barracuda. So some darn good fishing up there. And once again, we love Ventura sport fishing. I fished up there this year. Customer service on the Island Spirit's great. The California, which is the old Matt Walsh, fishes half day out of Ventura Sport Fishing. Give them a call at 805-676-3474. And you'll be able to catch some gar up there, I think, this weekend. Seems like a lock with this weather starting to cooperate and come down. So hopefully that is what is going to happen. We've even seen some barracuda up there off Santa Barbara. We've seen a few gar up there for sea landing and good rock fishing throughout that whole zone. That area is really, really good. So it is Chef Jason's birthday, and he's nuttier than usual so far here today. He's very boisterous, isn't he, Danny? Danny's sitting here. A little boisterous. I just think he's tuning up for his birthday. There he is, right there behind me. So we're looking forward to celebrating that. I just saw Big Ed, who's a great guy. He's going with us. Sean Roberts is here. I'm going to talk to him about what we're going to do and where we're going to go. And I'm so excited about it all. And once again, the Friday morning briefing, I'll have all the intel. I will have been out on the water and be able to report back to all of you. Once again, thank you to our friends at Blacktail Hooks, Daiwa. You've got my deepest thanks for all you do for Freedman Adventures, helping us to grow and our statistics to just rocket ship up. I really am so proud of the association we have with all our sponsors, Suzuki, Opsin Fishing Tackle, everybody who makes this place so good. In fact, 22nd Street Landing, let's go through it. Ventura Sport Fishing, Big Fish Bait and Tackle, Island Fishing Tackle with Sam De La Torre, Fish Taco Chronicles Magazine, the Malahini out of H&M Landing. We thank you all for being a part of Friedman Adventures. All right, I'm not here. I'm really not here right now. I'm out on the Pride. I don't know where I am. Could be Catalina. Could be tied up with Big Bluefin. It could be Santa Barbara Island. I don't know. We'll find out, and I'll have all of that for you on the Friday morning briefing, as I'll be back and live with you once again. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great one, and I will see you soon, my friends.